Hey everybody, welcome to Crack Pack Tuesday, number 155 on the Mana League. I'm John, as always. We've got our final pack of Battlebond here. Next week, of course, will be M19 set review, and the week after that will be M19 Crack-a-Packs. We'll be into a new set already. We're going to crack this pack open. We're going to see what's in here, and we're going to see what we would take Pack 1, Pick 1, and Pack 1, Pick 2 if this was a two-headed giant Battlebond draft. This, of course, is a sponsored Crack-a-Pack. If you go to patreon.com/manaleague and become a backer at the $5 level and above, you can be entered to get all, or none, or some, or whatever cards you want out of the pack each week. This week, the cards are going to go to Jan, so I will contact them and figure out if they want all the cards, none of the cards, some of the cards, or what they want sent to them. So if you want to get in on that, definitely go check out patreon.com/manaleague before the first of the month. If you become a backer in the middle of the month, it won't actually count until the start of the next month, because you could win and then cancel your patron backer and never actually become a patron. So I kind of do that. So just be aware of that. So we're going to crack this open, see what's in it, see what we would take. These packs are definitely harder to open. And we've got the reversed pack, with an emblem. So we're going to reverse that pack to make sure that the rares are on the back and we don't spoil our surprise. And up first, we start with a Dragon Hatchling. Dragon Hatchling is 1 and a red for a creature dragon. It's an 0/1 with flying. Pay a red to give it +1/+0 until end of turn. Good old fire breathing. I can't actually remember the last time we've seen fire breathing. Fire breathing has doubled in price lately. It's usually 1 and a red to get +1/+0 these days. Anyways, Dragon Hatchling's bad. It's not good. It's real not good. It's an 0/1. It doesn't do anything until you start pumping mana into it. It's a filler card. Like, I would play it if I was, at 22 cards and needed a creature, but we're not first picking this. Up next is Stone Golem. Stone Golem is 5 generic mana for a 4/4 artifact creature golem. That's it. This is not great. If you're missing on creatures, kind of like with Dragon Hatchling, you could put this in and it wouldn't be the literal worst thing in the world. It would just be one of the worst things in the world. So not first picking a Stone Golem. Up next is Lead by Example. Lead by Example is 1 and a green for an instant with support 2, meaning that you put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So for 2 mana, you get 2 counters on 2 target creatures. You can't double them up on 1, so do be aware of that. Yeah, it's not great. It wasn't great in Oath of the Gatewatch. It's not great here either. We're not first picking this card. Up next is Huddle Up. Huddle Up is 2 and a blue for a sorcery with assist, so your partner can help you out if you want to. Two target players each draw a card. So it's a divination for the team, so neither player gets to draw 2, but both of you get to draw 1. This is okay. It's nice that it's so cheap, because you can play it by yourself as a divination and you both get the card, or if you want to split up the mana, you can. This seems fine. It's probably not first pickable unless the pack is bad, but it seems fine. In fact, we'll keep it in frame. Pessimistically, I guess. Hopefully this pack gets better. Up next is Stadium Vendors. Stadium Vendors is 3 and a red for a creature goblin. It's a 3/3. When Stadium Vendors enters the battlefield, choose a player. That player adds 2 mana of any color they choose. So you could choose yourself, you could choose your partner. You're not going to choose your opponents. It's a 4 mana 3/3 that basically gets you 2 single-use treasures that you have to use right away. This seems fine. It's not first pickable, I don't think, unless the pack's bad, but seems solid. I'd be happy playing Stadium Vendors. Up next is Jungle Wayfinder. Jungle Wayfinder is 2 and a green for a creature elf warrior. It's a 3/3. When Jungle Wayfinder enters the battlefield, each player may search their library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into their hand, then shuffle their library. This is bad. This is not what I want. 3 mana 3/3 that fixes my mana and my opponent's mana, and in fact my partner's mana and my opponent's partner's mana. Yeah. No, I don't want to pay a 3/3 that says draw 4 for everybody at the table. I don't think this is good. I'm not first picking it, so we can kind of stop talking about it. But boy, I don't think I ever want to play this card. And I think if I see my opponents play it, I'm going to be pretty happy. Kite Sail Corsair is back. The art is still awful because that creature is flying in that art. And that creature does not always fly, because it's a 1 and a blue 2/1 that flies if it's attacking. Yeah, this card was fantastic in Ixalan, or was it in Rivals of Ixalan? Whichever Ixalan it was in, it was fantastic. Probably a little bit worse here, just because you're gonna have 2 people blocking that you need to get through. But the odds of them having a flyer on turn 3 is going to be relatively low. So Kitesail Courser is still probably a solid pickup here as well. I think it can hang out in frame for the time being, but this pack will probably get better. Hand of Silumgar is up next, and I think it's probably just better than a Huddle Up. Hand of Silumgar is 1 and a black for a creature human warrior. It's a 2/1 with Death Touch. Yeah, Death Touch is great. 2/1 Death Touch is fantastic. I actually somewhat prefer 1/1s for 1 with Death Touch because it doesn't matter how much power it has Death Touch. But yeah, it's a warrior, which is a relevant creature type in this format. It seems fine. It's definitely going to be the first pick for the moment. Midnight Guard is up next, all the way from Dark Ascension. Midnight Guard is 2 and a white for a creature human soldier. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, untap Midnight Guard. It's a 2/3 for 3. This card was okay in the format that it was in. I think it's less good here. You just have to believe your opponents are going to have creatures, because there's 2 opponents and they're each going to be actively playing the game of Magic, which means they're going to be playing creatures. So a 2/3 that untaps what was decent in the format that it was in, because your opponents sometimes didn't have creatures, or you just needed a removal spell to keep their board kind of relatively clean. So much harder in this format, so I don't think Midnight Guard is quite as good. It's still a totally fine card. We're just not first picking it. Up next is Liturgy of Blood. Liturgy of Blood is 3 black for a sorcery. Destroy target creature, add black. So, yeah. It's not even Doomblade, because it kills anything, plus a Dark Ritual attached to it. This pack's going to get better. Liturgy of Blood, definitely our strong first pick contender right now. Just being able to kill a creature unconditionally and get 3 mana back is fantastic. Costs 5 mana, I don't care. Don't care at all. Easy, strong first pick at the moment. Our first uncommon is Gellan Sphinx. Gellan Sphinx is 3 white-blue for a creature Sphinx. It's a 1/5 flying vigilance, and whenever it attacks, other attacking creatures get +1/+1 until end of turn. Note that it doesn't say your attacking creatures, so it counts your team's attacking creatures. Yeah, Gellan Sphinx is fantastic. It was great in the format it was in, and it's pretty darn solid here. It's a gold card, so you are kind of going down that path right away from pick 1, but this seems like a strong pick 1 to me. Just being able to pump your entire team every attack is fantastic. All right, so our second uncommon is not a partner, so I don't think we're getting a partner in this pack. I guess unless it's the rare, actually. Nimbus Champion. Nimbus Champion is 5 and a blue for a creature avatar warrior. It's a 4/4 with flying. Whenever Nimbus Champion attacks, you may return target creature to its owner's library if that creature's power is less than or equal to the number of warriors you control. See? Warriors matter. Yeah, it's a 4/4 flyer for 6. It's a bit pricey, you know, it's no air elemental, but the fact that whenever it attacks, you can bounce a creature that has 1 power or 0 power if you have no other warriors, that's pretty darn good. And it's also your team, so if your opponent or if your teammate has warriors, you're going to be able to get to bounce more stuff. If you even slightly build around this and have warriors, this thing's going to be a real beating, especially because you're probably going to bounce their flyer that could potentially block this 4/4. So I think Nimbus Champion is definitely going to be a strong first pick potential as well. Our final uncommon. So yes, we did not get a partner this pack. Our final uncommon is Slum Reaper. Slum Reaper is 3 and a black for a 4/2 creature horror. When Slum Reaper enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. Slum Reaper is awful. It's bad. It's a 4/2 for 4. I hate those stats. Those stats are one of my worst, least favorite stats ever. It dies to everything. It dies to stuff that's so much cheaper than it. And everybody has to sack a creature? No. Sorry, Slum Reaper. You're bad. And our rare is Last One Standing. Last One Standing is 1 black-red for a sorcery. Choose a creature at random, then destroy the rest. Destroy the rest. Yeah, that's a thing. I briefly forgot that it said random there. Boy. I don't know how to, I don't know how to evaluate that. That could be strong. That could be horrifyingly bad. Yeah, I think that if I was playing a fun, casual 2-headed giant event, I'd give it a try and I'd consider it a first pick. If I really wanted to win, I don't think it's in the conversation. I think I would be taking, me and my partner, Nimbus Champion and Liturgy of Blood. Jellin Sphinx is really good, but this keeps us completely open, whereas this kind of puts one of us into a blue-white deck. So I'm on Nimbus Champion and Liturgy of Blood. Let me know what you would have taken. Would you have taken Last One Standing, the Jellin Sphinx, something else? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at The Mana Leak. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at facebook.com/themanaleak, twitch.tv/themanaleak, and patreon.com/themanaleak. If you like the content, click that thumbs up button, click subscribe if you want to see more. And if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see you all next time.